All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
What is going on, SHIPIT Nation YouTube station? We're back with the January 2nd. Happy New Year to each and every one of you out there. We got 13 NHL games on tap tonight. We're going to dive right in, break it down here. As always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Helps us out a ton here. And if you are not a member, shipitnation.com. Click on join now, get in the Discord, get in the best community in the industry. We got PGA starting up this week. Our guy Tambo and Hoop are going to be live this afternoon right here on this channel talking what our PGA season looks like over here for the nation. Tons of announcements, so definitely check out that show. And down in the comment section, drop your favorite stacks, your favorite plays, your favorite goalies on tonight's NHL slate. Let's jump right in and take a look at where I'm looking at tonight. First stack that I'm looking at here tonight is Vancouver. Really like the spot for Vancouver at home. They are favored, -150 favorite. 6.5 is the total here. Really like the spot. Really like their power play matchup here in this spot. So really like Vancouver a lot here. Don't think a ton of ownership goes their way with obviously so many games. There's huge favorites on the slate that I'll talk on some of them here, but really like Vancouver top power play. Elias Pettersson, JT Miller, Brock Besser, Quinn Hughes, and Andrei Kuzmenko. Kuzmenko at 4K flat. Very nice value play. He's played well against Ottawa here. That top line in Elias Pettersson, Mikheyev, and Kuzmenko would be my preferred full line stack if you're going to a full line, but I really want to get this power play correlation here. Really like Vancouver power play in this matchup. Another team here that's probably going to be pretty chalky, -185 road favorites here. It's Detroit. Detroit facing San Jose, late night hammer here. We know the Sharks are one of the worst teams in the entire NHL, especially at home ice here. Detroit coming off a tough game against Boston where they lost 5-3 at home here. I like Detroit to bounce back in this spot. Really like Detroit power play matchup here against the Sharks. Dylan Larkin, DeBrincat, Patty Kane, JT Compher, and Shane Ghost-Becerre. Ghost-Becerre at 4.2K, running point on that top power play. He's a nice value play. Sharks ranked 32nd in the league against D-men. JT Compher on that second line with DeBrincat and Patty Kane would be my preferred full line stack if I'm going to one. All of those guys do correlate together on that top power play as well. So really like DeBrincat, Patty Kane, JT Compher, and Ghost-Becerre. Really like that. And then obviously Dylan Larkin's always in play, but at 7-7, I prefer that second line a little bit more. So I like Detroit line 2, Detroit power play in this spot here. Looking at another team that I think absolutely crushes here, it's the Avalanche, -170 favorites at home. It is only 6 total here, but really like the Avs to crush the Islanders here. Last time they dropped 7 on these guys back in October. I could see another 6 or 7 goal performance here. McKinnon, Rantanen, Cale Makar, Niskanen, Jonathan Drouin at 3.5K, one of the best value wings on the entire slate. You guys know the drill. It's the big dogs for Colorado. They're expensive, but there's enough value on this slate to fit them in. I really like Colorado, especially the power play matchup for them in this spot. Let's talk about one of the heavy favorite teams that I do have interest in here. It's the Nashville Predators at home here against Chicago. Predators are -270 favorites, implied to score almost 5 goals. It is Tuesday. That means Philip Forsberg. It is Forsberg Tuesday, 7.6K. Amazing play. He's averaging over 5 shots on goal per game over the last 5. Love him. Roman Josi, Ryan O'Reilly, Gustav Nyquist. I love those 3 guys or 4 guys right there, big time on that top line. Colton Sissons as a value play, 3.8K. Good price point for him. Really like top power play here for Nashville. Really like this line 1 stack, Ryan O'Reilly, Nyquist, and Forsberg for Nashville. Another team here who's a pretty heavy favorite here, it's Boston on the road in Columbus, 6.5 total. Boston's got a good spot in this one. Obviously, Columbus is pretty leaky here. I think this game goes both ways, though. I do like Columbus to score some goals here, especially at home. So in GPPs, don't sleep on a Columbus stack. They're very cheap. They've been playing good hockey as well. But Boston, definitely good plays. My favorite play from Boston is Morgan Geekie here, 4K flat for him. He just continues to skate well next to Zacha and Pastrnak here. So that's good. I like this second line with Brad Marchand, Charlie Coyle, and Jake DeBrusk. So if I'm picking a line stack, I'm definitely going to the second line. They got fair price points here. DeBrusk is playing out of his mind. 3.7K for him is nice. Marchand, Charlie Coyle are both two good line mates as well. So definitely have some interest in Boston. And then the last team I'll bring up here is Winnipeg. Winnipeg at home here against Tampa. I like this spot. Nico Ehlers, 5.7K. He's got a fair price point. I like him. His two line mates, Gabe Vilardi, Mark Scheifele. Good line stack there. And then the second line, Cole Perfetti, Iafallo, and Nemesnikov remain cheap. They remain playing solid as well, so I don't hate that. You got some third line value options like Nino Niederreiter at 4.5K, who's been playing great this year with Lowry and Mason Appleton. So overall, I don't mind Winnipeg here in this spot. Looking at some value here, first value play, sub 4K center option, Pierre-Luc Dubois here. I think he's a solid value for the Kings here at home against Toronto. He's averaging over 3 shots per game over the last 5, so I like him. Another value center, Morgan Geekie here, 4K flat. Already brought him up for Boston. I like Boston, so I think he's a fine value option. Talked about like in Winnipeg here, Adam Lowry. That third line's got some fair price points. They're playing good. I like them at home here. I think Winnipeg beats Tampa here. Tampa can be scored on. So Adam Lowry at 3.3K, solid value center. And then the last value center, Colton Sissons for Nashville here. Third liner getting top power play time. He's playing 17 to 18 minutes. Everything checks out pretty good here for Colton Sissons in this spot for me. Looking at some value wings on the slate. First value wing, Jamie Benn, heaviest favorite on the slate. I'm going to be fading Dallas in GPPs, but Jamie Benn at 4K flat is too cheap for him, getting top power play time at 4K. So I think he's fine. Another value wing here, Ricard Raquel, playing great. He's 4K flat, top line, top power play, sitting next to Jake Guentzel, Sidney Crosby. He's a fine option to go to. Probably my favorite value wing is Jake DeBrusk, 3.7K. Talked about like in Boston second line, Jake DeBrusk averaging, his last 3 games, 17, 15, 14. He's taking 2 shots on goal per game, playing 16 to 18 minutes. Jake DeBrusk, 3.7K. I like that. And then Jonathan Drouin for Colorado, top power play time for him, I think is another fine value play at 3.5K, top line, top power play at 3.5K, skating next to Rantanen and McKinnon, makes an excellent value play there for me. Jumping into some of these value D-men that you can look at. First guy, Marcus Pettersson, 3.6K. He's averaging nearly 13 DraftKings points per game over the last 5. I think he's a solid option at his price point. Alex Romanov just has a very solid floor. He's been very consistent, averaging right around 11 DraftKings points over the last 5, 3.8K. He's going to play over 23 minutes for the Islanders. Should see a lot of shot block volume coming from the Colorado side. So Alexander Romanov for the Islanders, I think, is a fine option. And then 2 stone punts. First guy, Ethan Bear, returned back from being out this season for Washington, 2.7K last game against Nashville. Played 20 minutes, 2.7K. He's going to block some shots. Will shoot the puck. I like Ethan Barrett, 2.7K. And then one guy at stone minimum for Winnipeg, Nate Schmidt, 2.5K, getting power play time. He's stone minimum. If you really want to spend up everywhere, fit in those Colorado studs, go anywhere you want in your roster. A pairing of Nate Schmidt and Ethan Bear, I think, is a very nice way to go in GPPs tonight. Looking at some goalies here. First goalie I'm going to bring up is David Rittich here. I like his ceiling floor combo here at home against Toronto. I like the Kings in this spot. So Rittich at 7.6K, very fair projection, very nice price point. I like him a lot here in this spot. Connor Hellebuck on home ice against Tampa, 7.8K. He's a great goalie. That's a fair price point, so I like him. Igor Shesterkin, another home goalie here, 7.9K against Carolina. I like Igor Shesterkin. And then the last spend-up goalie I will bring up, and probably the chalk goalie of the slate, is going to be Linus Ullmark, 8.3K against Columbus. Again, I like Columbus a little bit in GPPs as an unknown stack that I think they can score. Boston's been leaky on the road. So I don't love Linus Ullmark, but have to bring him up because he is projected to be one of the chalkiest goalies on the slate. He is heavy favorite, obviously, for Boston. So Linus Ullmark is going to round out my goalie interest on this slate. Again, all my final content, slate plan, core plays will be live for SHIPIT Nation subscribers. Head over there, check us out. But that's going to do it for this edition of the NHL Quick Hit for myself, Nadesify, I'll catch you guys next time. Good luck tonight in your contest. Hope to see those Ship It Nation logos at the top. Let's ship it.